Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, today a really red day, nothing unexpected. We expected here dropping prices across the board for pretty much all cryptocurrencies that I'm covering, also short term, and therefore this is no surprise, and actually yeah, it's always good to see happen then when it then finally happens. As I said, no surprise, but good to see it then finally happen. And what surprised me a little bit though is that while a lot of altcoins are really suffering at the moment, I mean, we look at Ethereum nearly 7% in the last 24 hours. We can see BNB 5.5%, ADA 5.3%, and Solana nearly 10%. Bitcoin is actually quite moderate. I mean, usually you see the altcoins reacting a little bit more volatile, but the altcoins did sell off in the last few weeks already so much that it is a bit surprising that they seem to be going down even stronger now than Bitcoin again. Again, it just emphasizes that, in contrast to what many people say, that everything is moving with Bitcoin. In fact, all the cryptos are moving in their own waves, and therefore it is often important to analyze each chart individually. Because yes, even though if Bitcoin goes down, the other ones go down as well, but there are certain support levels when they get broken. It could be a disaster for certain coins, you know. And while some coins might just be in a corrective wave down, other coins might be an impulsive wave down when Bitcoin is going down. So it's important to analyze them individually. Yeah, there is of course a correlation, but it's still important to understand to really understand the chart. You need to analyze each chart individually. Yeah, I mean, we saw that a few weeks ago when we saw a lot of altcoins going down. I think it was on that one weekend. I can't remember which one it was. I would need to look it up. But the altcoins went down 10, 20, maybe some 30 to 40%, while Bitcoin wasn't doing much. But then 1 or 2 weeks later, that was when the Bitcoin crash happened. Yeah. So we need to see, maybe they are preempting here something that we don't know yet. But yeah, it's not a disaster today in the markets, you know, but it's a red day. And again, let's take a look at Bitcoin, and I will update the altcoins accordingly, of course. Yeah, Bitcoin, I told you here earlier today that we are probably going to go down from here anyway. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if that wave 2 had ended, because what we did see here was this kind of a triangle. Yeah, this up and down. So to make it 100% correct, I haven't had the time yet, but maybe later today, in the later update that I will do on Bitcoin, I will relabel this a little bit, because it could be now, due to what we've seen here, this small structure which looks like a triangle, it could be, and I don't want to get into too much detail and confuse people now, but it could be that the wave E actually ended only here. It doesn't make a difference in the end for the overall outcome, but it would make a difference in terms of how we can continue to count this going forward. But for now, I will leave it as it is. I would like to see how this carries on for now. What is important is that we broke for now here that previous swing low. Yeah, because we could count this here as a wave A, B, C, and we broke that wave B low. That indicates that if this in fact here was a wave 2, that we are now with that wave 2 in fact is complete. But as I said, the alternative would be that actually the wave E ended here. So it would need to be relabeled a little bit, but I need to look at it in a little bit more detail. I haven't had too much time this morning. But in the end, for the immediate move, it doesn't make a difference. It's good though to see that level taken out, because it is in line with our general expectation that Bitcoin hasn't seen its low yet. And what I also need to say, as long as we are below, first of all, 30,725, but then also here, that high, that swing high of the wave 2, 30,175. As long as we are below that level, we can keep the downward view, we can keep the downward momentum, we can keep our bearish view on this channel. Short-term bearish, I have to say, because as you know, I believe that we are only having one more leg down. Yeah, so one last leg down of the correction that could end somewhere down here in the lower quarter of my target area, around 20 to 23k maybe. Yeah, in this area we've got the 200-week moving average that has historically been a super strong support for Bitcoin. So while we could drop below that briefly, I think this is really key support level, and I think this could be the end of the correction, then it could be. Yeah, no guarantee yet. But yeah, I do expect further downside movement for Bitcoin. We can see here very nicely a descending triangle actually on the chart. I can now actually move that trend line a little bit here. Yeah, it's a descending triangle, rather bearish. And this would actually, in addition to the Elliott Wave count here, also indicate that we are going to go down from here. So the next target for the bears would be that 28.6k level. To take that out, and then we can move down lower and probably even target here the 25.4k from the 12th of May. Now again, this whole pattern would be invalidated above $30,725. I would need to look at it then again. But again, it would still be a wave 4. It would not be bullish. And until we break above $40,800, the downward pressure for Bitcoin remains intact. Yeah, I mentioned that before. That is structurally a very important level for Bitcoin. But for now, as you can see, it's working out so far. We've taken that little support out earlier today. Yes, we've broken back above it, but we've made a lower low here, indicating really that wave 2 here, if it then is a wave 2, need to observe it a little bit more, that this is complete and that swing low was taken out, which is good. Again, next target now, that 28.6k level, really, really important. That is the BD line of that triangle here. Yeah, if we have the B wave here, BD line, that now needs to be taken out to really complete or continue that move down. And I had a few questions here. So if we count it like that this here was an impulsive move down, a corrective move up in a wave 2, now that we're already moving down here in a wave 3, so as you can see here, 1, 2, 3 down, where would that wave 3 land? But again, I'm not entirely sure if this is a 1-2 or if we have only just finished the wave E. So I need a bit more information for that from the chart. But again, it doesn't make a big difference in terms of the overall wave count. Here, if this is then a wave 3 now, then we would expect that to go at least to 27k. I think I mentioned that earlier in the video today, at least to 27k. Better would be a bit lower, but it needs to reach the 27k to really count as a wave 3. And then we would see another wave 4 up and a wave 5 down, and that would ideally land somewhere in the low 20k area to finish off the overall correction for Bitcoin. Because if I zoom out, this is the overall Bitcoin chart on the daily time frame. Chart history, as you know, wave 1 to the upside, impulsive wave up in April 21, all the way up to roughly 66k. We then came down here in a wave A, which is part of the correction. We moved up in a wave B, which is actually also part of the correction. And then we moved down here in a wave C, which is also part of the overall correction, to finish off here down here, that wave 2. And from here we should then complete, as I said, complete the correction and ideally move up to new all-time highs. How long that will take, I always get the questions. I can't tell you. Yeah, I believe in the next few weeks we should finish that correction off. That would be also my preferred option, but timing is very difficult. Yeah, so let's say five weeks still I would expect roughly. Yeah, but it really is a guess at this moment. But I don't expect a many year-long bear market. That is what I don't believe. But we will know more in a few weeks. So what currently works here really well, I think, is the short-term Elliott Wave count. I try to keep you a little bit entertained with that because it is really boring to currently see Bitcoin move. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership and maybe even the trading course I'm currently offering on morecryptoonline.com. It's a video course. I publish 1 chapter per week. It's only a one-off fee. And this week we're looking at the Elliott Waves. Thank you. Bye-bye.